The world champion.
Tom Brady has announced he is leaving the New England Patriots.
Tom Brady is a Tampa Bay Buck.
Picture that.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is.
The last 6 picks taken. A familiar name if you're a college football fan.
The boy like a kid dog.
Kick is away. It is good.
The fans of New England have been waiting 42 years for this day.
For a second Super Bowl.
Picture that, bro.
New England Patriots are on their way to solidifying their team as an NFL dynasty.
Intercepted at the goal line. Edelman comes down with a football, and they're saying it's a catch.
Once again, the Patriots are world champions.
Tom Brady has announced he is leaving the New England
Tom
Patriots.
Brady is a Tampa Bay Buck.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is.
What's going on, man? We back. You know, we got look at your boy Wayne. He pretty skinny over there, huh? You know, if I
Hey, your man
remember,
look like a straight up kid dog.
no, he really did. If I remember back from the 99 draft, Tom Brady. I was a big Drew Bledsoe guy. Tom Brady comes in. His pick was like a compensation pick. Like when I think the expansion teams came in, everybody got an extra pick, and I think that was New England Patriots pick. They called it Mr. Irrelevant. You know, the last pick of the NFL draft. Brady comes in his second year. Bledsoe gets hit by, I want to say, Marvin Lewis from the New York Jets, if I'm not mistaken. Busted his spleen, ruptured all kinds of stuff inside him. Bledsoe goes down. Brady comes in. We're like, here we go. Season's over. Week 2. $100 million quarterback goes down. You know, now we got this little guy. We got 199th round that's going to come in and be able to save the day. And what does he do? Marches all the way down, wins a damn Super Bowl against the Rams. You know, beats the Raiders. That was the year of the Tuck rule. And I kind of like what Mr. Davis said today when he introduced Josh McDaniels. He said, by the way, Josh McDaniels said it was a fumble.
See, look at you. Look. See, you really wrapped into this because I think you're a Patriots fan, ain't you? You probably the only Patriots fan I know.
Die hard.
So you got a vested interest in this dialogue here. Ironically, one of the funniest things that stands out to me now after the giggle is out my system, if you look at the typical body structure and type prototype for players that come into the league now through the draft, and you look at that picture of Brady, you would sit here and go, oh my God, they just drafted a bartender. But for him to turn around with that body structure, and quite honestly, it ain't changed too much over the years, but he put in 22 years coming into the league like that, when most dudes come in built like Dwayne Johnson.
Brady, the early part of his career was
Brady for that, bro.
Yeah, early part of his career, he was a party guy. He was enjoying the life, and then he has a kid with the lady from Blue Bloods, Bridget Monahan, and then he meets Giselle. When he meets Giselle, his whole life changes. He meets Alex Guerrero, and Big Ben kind of gave Alex Guerrero and Tom Brady a lot of credit. Said, you know, the last half of his career, he was doing the TB12 method, and so it must work. If Big Ben played a long time, true. Tom Brady played a long time, and if you look at Tom Brady, he was only hurt that one season when Matt Castle came in, went 11-2. They got knocked out of the playoffs, being 11-2 by the New York Jets. That was the only time, and
so those things all attribute and add into a 22-year stat line that's very hard to argue. I'm sorry, if you play 22 years in a league that keeps track of your stats from the time you step in to the time you step out, it's hard for you not to break records if you do a dub. You do a double decade with some change, you're supposed to break some records. I dare to say it'll be hard for somebody else to break the records that he put in place, because I mean you would have to do a phenomenal amount of numbers real fast, especially when the average NFL player life is what, 4.5 years, 3.5 years.
It's actually 3.8, 3 years, 8 months, and that comes from a college recruiter.
Three and a half. Right.
You tell me a quarterback
Most
that
don't
can
stick
do.
around that long. But
Tell me a quarterback that can do what he's done, that has stayed healthy as long as he has. And he has
you want
his
the
fair
truth for a
share.
good lie. You want the truth for a good lie, because Brett Favre stayed around for a minute.
Look at
And
Brett Favre's
probably leads
stats,
to another.
though. But look at his
Of course
numbers. I mean, different.
He didn't have the teams around it. He didn't have the teams around him. He wasn't. Brett Favre didn't come into a system. I believe when Brett Favre came in, he was with Tampa Bay before he went to Atlanta, and then he went to Green Bay. He found his stride in Green Bay. I think he still has the most career interceptions by any quarterback in total. But you still looking at his numbers, and again, that leads into another conversation, because I don't mean no harm, bro. If you haven't watched this season, Aaron Rodgers ain't really missed much of a step neither, and still throw the ball all over the field. Sleep on him if you want to, because if Pittsburgh can get 2 years out of Aaron Rodgers, I'll take that money. I'll take that.
Here we go. You know,
you may not take my Aaron Rodgers from me. Absolutely not.
Look, there you go.
I meant to say hi.
Enjoy your Antonio Brown. How you doing?
You can take your problem child that you guys gave to the NFL. Take him back. I don't want him.
Nah, he wants to play with Lamar. He will play with Lamar, so you got him.
I want to play with Lamar. I just don't need that type of energy on my team.
Hey, look, man. All you gotta do is give him some bad crab cakes and send him down to the harbor. He'd be all right. He walk around with his shirt on and yell at people. You'll be good. What's your thoughts on Tom Brady?
I
know your brother, big fan of him.
I don't think he's leaving.
No, he's leaving. I'll tell you why. Because Brady brand has just went public. He's going to concentrate on that. That's a high-end clothing line. He's going to concentrate on TB12 a lot. And he's right. His kids are entering that point of time. He announced his retirement today. I think.
Oh, he did officially?
Yes, he announced his retirement today. It actually got leaked a little early. Somebody on his side, but I guess he was trying to wait to the 4th to get that $20 million, and they should still give him that $20 million.
We talked about that earlier.
He restructured his contract.
It's a lot of.
I'm hurt.
He restructured his contract and said, "Give me $8 million a year and put 20 on my bonus, so we can give someone else that $20 million." So he should rightfully get that $20 million. Yeah, it says right here. Even Ben Roethlisberger said defied the TB12 method in favor of the throw some ice on it method his whole career, and ended up an all-time great with 6 Pro Bowls and 2 Super Bowls. So, and it says there's more than one way.
He's not a goat.
No, it don't say he's a GOAT. It just says that he had a long career because of the Tom Brady method.
Hi, Bailey. How you doing?
I'm hating tears. Always.
Hey, Mikey.
My heart actually hurts because I didn't realize that Tom Brady was retiring for real.
No, upset. You know, Brady has the stats actually for 3 Hall of Fame careers. They should just waive the 5 years now and let him in the Hall of Fame.
I agree to that.
Man, I don't know how they're gonna go about that, but I will tell you this: it's undeniable. He first ballot. He going in. The minute they open the door for him, he there.
He left Joe Montana years ago as far as the stats. Look at Joe Montana's career at the bottom of the screen: 133 for 54. Brady did that in the first third of his career: 46,000 yards, 318. Brady left that conversation a long time ago. I'd rather go to 10 Super Bowls,
benefit of the spread offense,
win 7,
that's all,
than win 4.
That's a combination of spread offense and him being as a combination of the spread offense being pass base. They never really had you name a real running back that played for the Patriots.
Oh,
Don't worry,
I mean, running back. Come on, how about Blunt? Blunt was another one. Antonio Brown. I mean, not Antonio
He was
Brown.
hitting the blood.
Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin. Hey, he still won
I heard
2
he throws
touchdowns.
grass over turf.
How about Curtis Martin? He played for a
I heard
long time.
Curtis Martin
maybe
played his best years with the Jets.
Yeah, well, he played his longest years with the Jets. How about the kid from Cincinnati, the one that everybody said was a troublemaker, Corey Dillon? Corey Dillon, another good running back.
Can I say this?
Tell
while
me
you
a
keep
good wide
has-been names out there?
Listen, besides Moss, tell me a great quarterback that played with Tom Brady. Besides Moss, Edelman. Well, all right.
Look, all the players you name in the Patriots pulled out of free agency, bro. They ain't draft none of them.
Rashae Caldwell was bagging coffee beans 6 months before he was in the Super Bowl. He was sitting on his couch bagging.
Play guitar left-handed.
Tell me a wide receiver. Tell me an all-star wide receiver. Isaac Bruce couldn't even get the New England Patriots play chart. He couldn't even handle it. Ocho Cinco couldn't do it. Ocho Cinco was still a good quarterback.
Everybody before they retired was going to the Patriots. Come on, man. You throwing names out there left and right. All of them had their prime years were played somewhere else. But by the time the Patriots got to them, they was on their last leg.
Who? Harrison played some good years
on, man,
in the Chargers. Who are you going to say? Let me see. Who? Darrell Revis? Big deal. He didn't have to come. Darrell Revis came for a ring.
Name somebody the Patriots drafted other than Brady. That stayed there. Come on, Bailey. Come on, but tell the truth. Shane the devil. Name somebody the Patriots drafted other than Brady that stayed there.
Teddy Bruschi.
Teddy
Bruschi. Teddy Bruschi, number 54, one of the best people to put on a Patriot uniform at that position. You know what I mean? Was a big part of that defense. He stayed.
So where does
the Patriots drafted him?
Where does Teddy Bruschi?
So
where did Teddy Bruschi?
I know he got a jacket. He wears a jacket. I don't know if it's the Patriot Hall. I know he got Patriot Hall of Fame jacket. He's great commentator, great guy.
Everybody that was there during that Super Bowl runs got jackets. You can't win. You can't go to the dance and not go up in the Ring of Fame. Your man made a lot of money behind that.
Oh, he made the most money. He made the most money.
What's your thoughts about how when he did announce his retirement, he didn't even bring them up?
Yes, you know what?
If you didn't know any better, if you ain't know no better, you'd have swore. If you ain't know no, I saw the video. If you don't know no better, you'd have swore he spent all his years in Tampa Bay.
No, yeah, and then when they started to go out there and he started saying things, he came back and said, of course, there's nothing but love for Patriot Nation. All his hostility comes down to Bill Belichick screwing him on that Philly Super Bowl. Gronk Brady had plans to retire. They were going to retire that year. Malcolm Butler was going to leave and make a ton of money. Belichick didn't want to hear none of that. He said, Malcolm Butler, you are not riding off into the sunset. You ain't even playing this game. Brady and Gronk, yeah, okay. That's why Gronk left. He was going after that. He said, I ain't playing there. He come right back. Tom leaves. But they still had a great program.
Is Gronk staying too?
Yeah, that thing don't say. Look, I'm scamming through here. That thing don't say. Thank you, New England. Thank you, Belichick. Thank you. None of that.
No, it doesn't, and it does stink. No mention of the Patriots at all, and he has.
Do you blame him? Because I don't.
Do I blame him? Yeah, you have to mention, but I think he's still gonna make good with Robert Kraft. He might even come back on a 10-day contract like they all do and retire in New England Patriots.
Much love, appreciation, and gratitude. Yo,
that's it.
I was looking at I was checking out another show we enjoy. Shannon Sharp was talking about it. He was like, yeah, man, he was real salty about that. And the fact that Robert Kraft didn't stop the whole process. Because at one point in time, I believe they were trying to get Jimmy Garofalo to replace him.
Oh,
But
please.
Garofalo ended up going to San Francisco because Robert Kraft stopped it the first time. They was not going to let him stop him from getting the young man they got now.
They should have arrested Jimmy G for robbery. For what he did to them 49ers. That dude's a bum. He's injury prone. He's never going to win a Super Bowl. Like, he blew the last Super Bowl.
Tell us how you really feel. Why don't
No joke.
Yeah,
Go in on him.
He's a major
Man.
fan, boy. He's
Good
all
Lord.
I take it you don't like Jimmy at all.
Well, because Jimmy, he's not a good quarterback. You show me why. What has he done to show you he's going to win a Super Bowl? He folded. He folded on that. They had that game.
You don't think him getting the Niners dead? You don't think him? I know we can sit and argue all day.
Defense.
But quite honestly, I think Garofalo probably had a better season than Stafford. Stafford still hasn't impressed me. I don't care what nobody.
He'll get you there.
He'll
get you there. But it's too
I'm
big
happy
for him.
Stafford. I'm extremely happy.
Yeah, shout out for him for getting out of Detroit.
But the Rams are already a Super Bowl caliber team. They did the same thing with Jared Goff behind them.
Hey, Jared Goff
They had the same level of success with Goff.
I'm happy for Stafford. I'm happy for Stafford because of what I thought he was going to end up like Barry and be stuck in Detroit forever.
How about
there's a lot of dudes go to Detroit and get stuck forever. There's a lot of them go to Baltimore and get stuck forever.
Yeah, you look at Barry Sanders. He had to retire the freaking league. Oh, that's a low one. You know,
shots fired. Shots fired.
You can come back and say that Big Ben had to follow Tom Brady's footsteps to get to where he's at.
Listen, Brady is the GOAT. There's not even a question. There's no conversation to be had.
Oh,
Brady
definitely,
can define nothing. The amount of times the Ravens have broke that man.
In 2000, check this out. In 2000 to 2011, 140 and 41 passes for 45,000 yards, 338 touchdowns, won 16 playoff games and 3 Super Bowls. That's one Hall of Fame career. 2012.
That's more than Tony Romo.
In 2012 to 21, 138 and 44.
Any day.
He passed for 52,000 yards, 372 touchdowns, or tutties as he calls them, 19 playoff games, and 4 Super Bowls. Like, now let's look at Joe Montana, right? His whole career, 133 for 54. He passed for 46,323 yards, 318 touchdowns, 16 playoff games, and 4 Super Bowls. You know, like I said earlier, maybe the NFL Hall of Fame should waive.
It's going to be difficult for anybody to break the records that Brady put up in a 22-year career span. And like we said earlier, he probably only had one season where he missed more than 5 games.
He had one season when Matt Castle came in and backed him up when Brady went down when he tore his knee. That's the only season.
Was he out there? Like 5-6 weeks? That was like
he was out week 2. He went down week 2, so he was out the whole season, and then I think he missed 4 games to Deflategate. He missed a total of 2 games, basically his whole career for whatever reason. But since 2009, I don't think he's missed a game.
All right, so let's address the elephant in the room. I know everybody saw the Bengals and the Kansas City game. I know everybody could care less about the Rams and the Niners game. Who you got in the Super Bowl and why?
Bengals all the way. Joe Burrow's my answer.
Wow. And that came from a Raven fan. Ew.
Listen,
yeah, it did, because I liked Joe Burrow when he was in college. And when you go from 2019, you go 2-14. 2020, you go 4-12, and then Joe Burrow comes along, and his second year in, he's going to the Super Bowl. I think that's pretty damn awesome.
I mean,
Okay.
it's cool, but you still got to deal with the Rams.
So
Rams
that
too
is
high
my
power.
reasoning for going Bengals all the way. However, I will shout out my former Terps, Jake Funk and Antoine Brooks. They're in the Super Bowl because they're on the Rams. I love y'all. So, but I got to go with Burrow on this one.
Rams
Samson,
too
give me
high
the
power.
breakdown.
Got to go with the Rams. Rams too high power. Too many weapons on offense. Too much, way too much speed. One of the best receivers in the league. And Burrows hasn't seen nothing like O'Donnell yet.
He may not, but I still have
I
faith.
think the Rams is going to be too much for him on both sides of the ball.
Hold up, babe. I think did they play during the regular season?
No.
Okay,
I don't
they didn't
believe
play it
so.
all this season. I know they beat Dallas. I know they beat the Ravens twice.
I never thought I'd see the Bengals in a Super Bowl since 1989 when they played the 49ers.
Huh?
I never thought I'd see the Bengals in a Super Bowl since
right,
they were in
I'm gonna
89 against the 49ers.
I may get in trouble for this with my Steeler Nation, but I'm gonna have to say it. I'm going with the Bengals because they AFC North team. Bottom line. As long as one of my teams bring it home, other than the Ravens, I'm cool with that.
What? A Steelers fan going for the Bengals?
Second thing
A
about
Ravens fan going for the Bengals? What is going on?
Let me clip all the misnomers.
That's what's going on.
Let me clip all the misnomers.
What happened?
Let me clip all the misnomers
protect
for
your
you people
turf.
out here home and everybody here in TV land. I'm gonna tell you right now, when they sing the song "Who They," usually the answers from Pittsburgh saying "We They," we them boys that beat the Bengals. So let's get that straight. As they represent the North going into the Super Bowl, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it alone. For him to come from Ohio State, leave Ohio State, go to LSU, get him a national championship playing for LSU, and the show he put on when they banged out, I believe that was Clemson or was that Georgia? He lit up like a Christmas tree 2 years ago.
Clemson.
You knew Burrows was special. When he came into the league and went back to his home state, because he's from Ohio, a lot of Ohio people got a lot to be excited about. So I'm definitely thinking that that's the move. But what really impressed me about the Bengals wasn't just Joe Burrow. It wasn't just the play of Joe Mixon, who, of course, they continue to stay and keep the Chiefs honest with the run. What really impressed me was the fact that they was able to play Kansas City and hold a high-power offense like Pat Mahomes, Cheetah, and all of Kelsey and all the other weapons they had. They held them boys to 3 points in the second half, bro. They held them to only 3 points. You can say whatever you want, but it's hard to plan against a defense like that when you can't even say who you want to focus on. The same way you said Aaron Donald's the best player in the league. Okay, we know him off the break. Let's double team him. Who you going to double team off the Bengals that you know about hands down?
Rams by 10.
Ooh, he said by 10.
Look at that. Look at that.
You know what? I'll up you. I'll go Bengals by 14.
Oh, I can't wait.
What?
I can't wait.
I have faith in the team.
I can't wait.
Mikey,
Rams by 10.
Mikey,
you
where
have
you
to
at?
go with the Rams. You have to go with McVay's experience. They're just too high powered, man. Rams
They're too
definitely
high powered, man. Like, listen, they do so much of that offense. The energy is different, and the defense plays the same way.
Did y'all split these screens like this on purpose? And this
It's
is
too much, man. I'm telling you, it's too much, bro.
Babe,
It's
please
too much,
get
bro.
Wait,
a highlighter and write this down.
Can we just take a moment and realize that we're agreeing on something for the first time, football related?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get a highlighter and write this down.
It's crazy that the first time you two agree on anything football related, you're going for the Bengals. Like, what? What is going on over in that division, bro? What's going on?
Outside of this right here, nobody picks the Bengals up unless you like their uniform. Nobody picks the Bengals up, man.
Burrows will join Brady, and Russell Wilson is getting to the Super Bowl in his second year.
Yeah.
Well, he did join them, but winning a Super Bowl in his second year if Joe Burrows can pull it out.
I think
And
he
only
can.
his
I have faith in
in
Burrow.
only his second year, Joe Burrow's got more playoff wins than Dak Prescott and Tony Romo.
That's tough.
Oh no, you named two bad quarterbacks. Oh my god.
You just messed all the mojo. You just messed all the mojo up on that one.
Oh no, Tony Romo.
Yeah, you just messed all the mojo up on
How
that
come
one, bro.
every Dallas quarterback ends up on TV?
Because they
Popularity.
weren't good at playing quarterbacks.
Aikman, Romo, the
Who?
guy before Aikman, friggin', they all end up on.
Hey, you look. Yeah, you
They
might.
all
I
end
think
up
that's
over there.
Everybody watching this at home, you might as well go ahead and put a heart back because you never see us agree on anything other than voice sports here. But this is crazy.
The Steelers
That's
still
tough.
suck, but I will agree with you on the Bengals at least
See,
this
there
one
you
time.
go. All right, so now we get ready chopping back up again as we get ready rolling to the second part of it. We were having conversations a little earlier in regards to the advantages and disadvantages, or what's the distinct differences between going to a public school or a private school when you're a student athlete with collegiate aspirations. Would you say it's easier going through public school, or would you say it's easier going through private school?
Never
Depends
When I
mind
on
say
the
going
private,
to them.
when I say private, I also mean Catholic, charter, border, anything outside of public school. It's like a us and them kind of thing.
Let me first tell you, like, the unfair advantage that private schools have, for one,
Not
when they
always.
can go around. No, they have an unfair advantage in most states. You just do a Google search, and New York, New Jersey, California, you'll see states stop popping up. The unfair advantage, because for one, they can go out and get all the best players. They don't have to take players in their state. They can go out and get a kid from Connecticut. They can go out and get a kid from New Jersey. Oh, your parents don't have money? Don't worry, we're not going to give you a scholarship because that'll be illegal. We're going to give you an academic scholarship. Come to your school. Don't. Oh, your mother got to work 3 jobs. Don't worry about that. Mom needs a washer and dryer. We got that. Oh, we need Georgia to come out and recruit our team. Send them a check. Public schools can't do none of that. Public schools have to play who's in their district, and they are not allowed to mention pathways at all, which is pathways is like, it's kind of a recruiting school, but public schools are not allowed to use it. You know, pathways is like when you have career technical schools inside the school and a player can come there. But if you transfer from public to public, you have to sit 1 calendar year. If you transfer from public to private, you don't
They
have
got
to
them.
sit.
Listen, they got them. They offer those type of programs down in Prince William County. That's why you see so many transfers going on out there. High schools
Yeah.
offering certain programs that other high schools don't offer just to get the better kids. But my man is right, man. Hey, Mikey's right on that one. I gotta say the same thing. I gotta go with the same thing. I gotta say the same thing that unfortunately the private schools got the upper hand, man. They got more opportunities, they got more resources, they got more angles that they can use. And the thing about them allowing being able to allow the out of the area, the out of district, the out of state recruits to come in, some of them recruits bring scouts with them when they come. Some of them recruits bring scouts with them when they come. So
Facts
the
plus
exposure
tax.
the exposure level itself makes that big of a difference, man. It makes it so much easier. And the biggest thing that a lot of people leave out, you have to have at least a 3.0 or better to play at most of your private schools, which means
3.0.
recruiters already know that when they come through the door, that the athlete is academically eligible. Whereas your high schools, you only need like a 2.0. You don't even need the college minimum. So just off the academic level alone, like the school down here, Lord rest his soul, Cornell put me onto this when I was going over to the Woodbury. You need a 3.0 to just, and even then they consider you academically probation, but you need at
Right.
least a 3.0, at least a 3.0. We all know with a 3.0 you can get in the majority of the colleges. So as a college recruiter, if I know that you have to have a 3.0 to play at Woodbury, I'm going to go to Woodbury subject to one of these local public schools first because I know that any kid I go to look at, I know for a fact he's academically eligible.
Right. Now, on the public school side, it seems like even with what we do in youth sports, and we follow not only the rec ball, the elite ball that takes place, most of the elite players want to go to those schools because the schools come to pick them out of the crap.
Facts.
A lot of the ones that end up going to public school, sad to say it, but it's true, be the academic leftovers. The ones that end up, hey, look, they didn't have the grades, but for some reason they couldn't get in, go to a public school. Now, in order for you to go, and in order for you to really want to go even see a public school game, it needs to be something of major magnitude. Because typically, I'm not even gonna lie to you, most of the public school games is corny, bro. It's two different worlds. It's like watching, if you go to a private school game, it looks like Kansas City versus Buffalo.
Yes, no, you're exactly right. And I said, and I
You go to a
told
public-
these
you go
guys
to a public
earlier,
school game,
Samson.
you go to a public school game, it look like the Redskins versus the Ravens.
Earlier, Samson, I was saying this is our Division One proposal this year. Two of the teams are privates, two of them are publics. And all the other teams want to opt out of Division One because they don't want to play the privates. It was like we're never going to win a championship. And the players can work as hard, but the privates can spend more attention on certain kids. They can, and privates can go year round where publics can't. A lot of districts, publics can only so many coaches can't even work with the coaches. A lot of months
And the funding.
out of the year.
And then you got to think about the funding from the alumni and what the alumni is going to bring in and things like that. So private schools definitely have the advantage, man, because
Depends on the school.
you got to think if I played football again, I say Woodbury because it's the closest one to me. But if I play football at Woodbury, I come out of Woodbury, I'm successful, but I'm still in love with the game of football and have an opportunity to bring some type of resources back to the football program, I'm going to do it. So, like, they have the upper hand that a lot of these public schools don't have.
And a lot of pro players, their kids all go to these private schools.
Schools.
They'll come back and coach these private schools. There's money there.
Man.
You look at the coaching staff in some of these private schools.
And the other side of it is most of those kids that do make it into private schools, the Catholics, the Charles Borders. I mean, just Gilman, for example. You don't go to Gilman to go to high school. You go to Gilman to learn how to be a millionaire. Every other kid is a lawyer's son, an attorney's son, this, that, and the other. You're surrounded by a lot of good opportunities where football doesn't necessarily have to be your course. You may find or make relationships in your high school year that set you up the rest of your life just because of those relationships. Some kids don't get that until they get to college and join fraternities or whatever the case may be.
My mama chose a convict.
Public school on the other hand, bruh, hey, if you can get through class without the weed smell, you good.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
You can sit here and sugarcoat it all you want to. It's a dramatic difference. And I will say this in public school's defense. Many of those student athletes that go to public school don't have a reason to hold their head down because if you handle your business in the classroom, you register with
you
the
still
NCAA,
gonna get there. You still gonna get there.
It won't be as cushy and it won't be as cushy as you would experience if you were somewhere else. But you can still get there. So there's no. So don't let me make it seem like we're bashing public schools and saying they can't. It's just the economics. It's the economic diversity that says a private or Catholic has more resources available versus the public school system who has to share it with the district.
Yeah,
well, look at somebody like look at Tom. Let's go back to Tom Brady for a second. You look at his career. Didn't play high school. Was backup. Went to college. Barely get on the field. Was backup. Didn't get on the field until like later on in his career. 199 pick, Mr. Irrelevant. Look how many people went before him. Steve Mariucci still kills himself today for not taking Brady. You know what I mean? So here's a guy that never played high school football. He was a backup, so never got on the field. Went to Michigan. Michigan wanted him, for someone that never played. was backup to Henson.
You sound like you upset about that joint. You really bothered about this. Brady.
About what?
As a Patriot fan, you sound a little torn up inside.
No, we're making a comparison. We're making a comparison to kids in high school football, right? You keep doing it. You look at, here's a guy that no one ever thought was going to be able to make it. Here's a guy that had no plan in life. Here's a guy that said, I'm probably going to end up stocking. He had no plan in life. If football didn't work, he wasn't the fastest guy. He wasn't the fastest guy. He was the fattest guy. He wasn't like so where he took his career.
When you realize you're a Steelers fan.
He definitely. I promise you, nobody at that time thought Brady was going to do what he did. Nobody.
I never thought. I was mad when Brady took over.
Your man came through the draft, body built like the Water Boy. And I ain't talking about Bobby Boucher.
Why you gotta disrespect Bobby Boucher like that, man?
No
your man
came
through the draft photos looking like a Dixie cup.
There we go.
Look, your man got a picture of him. Pull a pic. Show that piece of paper.
What paper?
Show that man how bony he was.
What is happening?
Oh yeah, I am right now. Hold on.
You know he a Patriots fan. He like to run video. He gonna show that. He gonna show them highlights all day. Your man came through the draft looking like a Dixie cup.
Hang on. I gotta get it. See?
He gonna rewind. Look.
It's only Tom Brady.
Look like a Ken doll.
Listen, man, he's the GOAT. Greatest of all time, man.
Oh no, right. he definitely is. Hang on, I'm looking for the video now. 1 second.
No, I'm not gonna watch this again. You trying to coerce our people into being Patriot fans.
No, they already do that on their own, Wayne. They're already.
The last 6 picks taken. A familiar name if you're a college football fan. The kick is away. It is good.
The fans of New England have been waiting 42 years.
All right, I got one other video. We're gonna play this, and I want to know if this is the most hood coach probably that you came across.
I didn't learn one thing in high school or college. One fucking thing. I couldn't tell you what a fucking atom is. I couldn't tell you what a fucking microbe is. I couldn't tell you what the fuck any of that shit is. But I'm a cold hustler. So I figured it out. Sorry, motherfucker. I wouldn't lose with these motherfuckers. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, ass bitch. Sit right here with the mic. This motherfucker's weak, homie. Yeah, okay. You weak-minded motherfucker. You understand? Fuck! Are you fucking stupid? Come here. Who threw that shit? Take your ass out of here, then. Get your fucking ass. You take off on me, motherfucker. You better get your ass out of here. Get his ass out of here.
Yeah, and I apologize, Coach. I kind of lost my cool at the moment. Shouldn't have happened. It was my bad, and I want to apologize as a man. You know.
Accept it, brother. We move on. We're all here for one common goal, man, is to win football games.
But look, everybody in this room has flaws. Every coach in this room has flaws. Every man in this room has flaws. We all have our flaws. I fucked up. I apologize. If you guys accept it, good. If you don't, fuck you. All right? All right. Who's ball? Who's ball? Dwight! He can clap out there like that? First down! He can clap out there? Hey, JB! First down! What's happening, bitch? You sorry motherfucker! You bitch! You a bitch, homeboy! Hold on top, baby! Woo! Let's go! Come see me, motherfucker!
We need more coaches like that in the league. Definitely need more coaches like that.
I watched that, yo. I watched that joint when it came on Last Chance U. Dude be wildin', man. He be a little extra. The cameras be boosting him up. He be a little extra.
You well aware who that is, huh?
Yeah, I watched the whole, like, I'm a big, I don't watch regular TV, so I'm a YouTuber and a Netflix. And I'm a big documentary guy. So like the Snoop League, Friday Night Tights, like when the Last Chance U come on, I've watched all of them. Like I started watching it when the youngin' that was at Auburn that transferred from Florida State. I can't remember his name.
Was he college?
Yeah, he's a college coach. He's like a Last Chance U as a JUCO. He's a JUCO coach. Oh, he was. They fired him after the second season.
Oh, I
Once
bet they fired him.
he got crunked up. He got the first season. He won't like that. That first season he was bad, but he won't that bad. But once they got the new turf field and they started bringing all that money in there and them cameras, he got a little turned up. They had to get rid of him. But he was a loose cannon, man. He was wild. He was a little extra.
Well, any last words about the Super Bowl before we end this?
Yeah, I got one. The Ravens ain't in it.
Yeah, you know what? I got one too. Not even the Steelers.
See,
Yeah, Baltimore ain't in it. A lot of teams ain't in it.
Yeah, about 30 other teams aren't in it, Wayne. So what's it to?
So since that's a great subject, what are you looking forward to next season for your team? On the Patriots side, what's your expectations, Mikey? What you think the Patriots gonna do? What are you excited about?
I know they got to change general manager and offensive coordinator, so we'll have to see.
Okay.
Mac Jones, I really like what I seen out of him his rookie year.
So you think giving him a brand new coordinator will make him better?
You're going to take a step back. Who is a better coordinator? Like Josh McDaniels was a very good coordinator. Like the way he schemes, the way he draws up plays. So now you got to get someone that matches Josh McDaniels' style. Like, so you'll probably stay inside the system. Bill Belichick isn't the type to go outside of New England too much.
Right,
he kind of stays in his system. He tries to bring that Sharano guy in every year from college, but it's a different atmosphere. College coaches look at Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. He can't win there. You know what I mean? Never mind coming back to the NFL where he won't be able to win. Yeah, what?
Damn,
what did he do? He took over a 49er team that was already stacked. And did he win? No. I think the Ravens won that year. I'm just saying.
Yes, we did.
Did you really have to bring that up?
I'm just saying.
We did.
I think they on sides. He's trying to pad her up.
Hey, listen. He said don't question him. Mikey said don't question him. He said don't question him.
Come on, Sam.
Basically, but Samson, what do you think about Remy Ma, right? Betting on a battle she's judging.
Listen, that's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Listen, I told you, man. I tried to get back into it. I couldn't get back into it, man. Like
now you got Midnight
what about
Madness,
the midnight? What about the Midnight Madness? Yeah, the Midnight Madness thing. I'm not really digging that.
The FBI is going to be watching that. They're like, these dudes are gambling 10, 20, 30, 40,000 on a battle
rap.
I'll tell you why, because Caffeine's about to kick URL to the door. Caffeine, their best viewed month was the month of Drake, when Drake did his thing. They can't even beat one King of the Dot stream for the month.
Listen.
Their numbers are bad.
But that's because this is the problem, man. URL left its home base. Like, URL was all about big shows, room rattlers. You know what I mean? Haymakers. That's what URL was about. That's why RBE is able to keep rolling the way they do, because they stuck to the small rooms. It wasn't big building like URL. URL need to get back to the buildings, man.
Well, Jim said it today. Jim said it's grimy. The Midnight Madness is that old grimy thing. Bunch of dudes, middle of the room, hostile atmosphere.
Come on, man. You remember the pool table?
Yeah,
stack of money in the middle of the pool table, and we on one battle on one side of the pool table, the other battle on the other side, surrounded with people.
That's why you see Gotti going to do his league with the Riot.
Right. And the Riot
A-Ward stepping up, being the biggest battle rapper.
Hold up, man. I know you're not talking about the joints with international P on it, right?
You just have a seat for a minute, Wayne. Hang on. Adults talking. Adults talking right now.
No.
Oh,
yeah, it's crazy, man. URL got to get back. URL got to get back to doing them big rooms, man.
Most respected by definition is RBE. Most respected by the definition. Look at Hitman Holla made almost $1 million, three battles this last year.
And listen, ARP make the battles happen that the people want to see with no politics, man.
Can we keep it real podcast network? Shout out to Can We Keep It Real podcast and network. Appreciate the support, homie.
Cannon show on MTV.
I'm saying my guy Adam over there, you know what I mean? Adam rocks with the
ARP, yeah, man. But, he put together some good battles. He put together some real good battles.
We should talk, because maybe we can get a battle rap segment going soon. But salute to Tom Brady, all the NFL guys that retired with millions and millions of dollars. Now they can go out and not give a shit about us fans, like none of them do. Like Big Ben don't care about Wayne. You know what I mean?
I
Like
bet
they don't care about us. But salute to that man. 22-year career. It'll never be touched. I'll tell you right now. Patrick Mahomes might
Not
have
at that
another.
position. Not at that position. Not at that position.
No. Like
Not
he
at that
has
position.
over 400 days of playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I
Not at
mean?
that position.
He's got over a year of
over a
playoffs.
year in playoffs. That'll never be touched again, bro.
You know, he
Ever
has
again.
more friggin' Super Bowls than any franchise. More Super Bowls than any player. Like,
Never happen again, bro.
No,
It'll
it
never
won't.
happen again, man.
People like Patrick Mahomes, no way. That dude, he might last another 5 years the way he plays. He's gonna get caught up high one day. His knee's gonna keep going. He's gonna be ghost.
Terrible. So you think Pat Mahomes get broke up before he could ever accomplish any of those numbers?
He's not gonna have a 22-year career. And look,
tell
me,
I don't think there's a lot of people that won't have a 22-year career.
Now, Wayne, tell me this, right? Kansas City had their time the last 4 years. Where's the money coming from? They gotta pay these guys. These guys, they don't have the money to keep all these guys around.
Oh, I forgot about that. A lot of these guys in Kansas City getting ready to come up out their 4-year contract.
They got 4 guys. They're paying like $80 million. You look at Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and 2 other guys.
You got to pay Mahomes. Who you gonna pay? They got a lot of weapons. Who you gonna pay? You got to pay Mahomes. That's not even a question. You got to pay Mahomes.
Denver did it with Peyton Manning, right? But it worked out for Denver. You know what I mean? He was able to do something.
Peyton took pay cuts though for them to keep some talent around them, though.
Yeah, but they don't do that. They say, let's win a Super Bowl now, and who cares about 3-4 years? That's what Denver did. They won with Peyton Manning, and they didn't care about their future.
No,
you know, they didn't care about their future at all. Let's just win a Super Bowl now and get it now. But I'm hearing Peyton Manning, has that been confirmed? Is he the owner of the Broncos now?
What?
Yeah, they're
I heard that too.
He's bidding on it, and John Elway's bidding on it. John Elway could have owned the Broncos years ago with his second contract, but he turned down Pat Owen. Pat Owen said, listen, give me the money back, and I'll give you a percentage of the franchise. John Elway said, nah, give me my money. Where he would have already owned the franchise by now, but we'll see. We could definitely talk about that another day. Man, Samson, we can get a good battle rap show going. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, that'd be crazy.
You know? But yeah. Thank you, everybody. Wayne, we'll talk to you soon. Yeah, shout out. Let's go Rams.
Gotta be the Rams.
That's like me going with the Jets or the Dolphins or the Bills. Like, you really went with the Bengals. That's tough, man. That's like me going with the rival gang down the street. You know what I mean, Wayne?
It don't matter, bro. I'm not a Bengals fan. I'm just saying that's my pick.
Nah, I know. I'm just messing with you, Wayne, man. Go easy on them, Steeler Nation.
Nah, Steelers suck. Always and forever.
Ah, there you go. All right, Wayne. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Wayne, we'll talk soon about getting another show going. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
All right, fellas. Y'all good. Thank you, Bailey.
All right, Wayne. Thank you, man. Good show. Appreciate it.
Always.
Yeah, we'll definitely. That was pretty good. You know, you just send the link out and you have a couple guests pop in and keep the conversation going. A couple good conversations you had to say about Tom Brady, private schools versus public schools. It is what it is.
Next week. Want to make sure we got about 15 to 20 minutes just to set aside as we're going to run down the complete unfinished business tour as Voice Sports will be going up and down the East Coast. I definitely want to link up with you. How far away Atlantic City from you?
I'll have to look it up. I think maybe a couple hours. I'm not far from Foxwoods Casino, so I'll have to see what the distance between the casino.
We're supposed to be stopping through Atlantic City one weekend at the Harris Resorts with Sports Farm. Definitely would love to get you out there and get out there in that environment and sit up in the press box and do what we do. But
there we go, Wayne, man.
Next week we should have the complete rundown of everything from April 1st all the way down to August 14th, where you can find Voice Sports, how you can see us on the East Coast, and bless up. Thank you as always. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stop and check out my man, Mikey Rubello, and send him a blessing to that Cash App at $. Can we keep it real? It's always a blessing.
Sure, my every day off this week.
You know, Wayne, but I didn't get the chance to say this earlier. What's more impressive, after 40, Tom Brady's career, or before he was 40? From like 20 to 40, or from 40 to 44?
I think 40 to 44 because he had a full understanding of what he was doing. A lot of the time prior to that, he probably was still going through the motions, figuring it out, being a part of the system. Especially the stuff he was able to pull off in Tampa Bay. That just was his game knowledge at his peak.
That was impressive what he did at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And just for him to come back, 24 points against the Rams, that was a great game. I mean, he couldn't do no more than that. And his greatest pass, his last pass of the season, what a way to go out with a great pass like that. And someone said that sometimes a successful season isn't always going to a championship. And you can't say Tampa Bay did not have a successful season. I mean, I watched Brady for 22 years, so he's in my backyard. I know people that were on the radio station that he used to interview for, so maybe that's why I'm kind of knowledgeable, but I'm a diehard Pats fan.
But he's definitely one of the best, and not only
the best.
A lot of quarterbacks pull a lot of zip on their passes. Brady was probably the king of touch. That's why I guess Deflategate was such a big issue because they couldn't understand how he was doing what he was doing. But I would always say Tom Brady probably one of the best quarterbacks at throwing a receiver open.
But he played better after Deflategate. He came back after Deflategate and he won. I think that was more about politics. I think the other NFL owners were saying, dude, we got to slow this guy down. Think about it. They went back to back. They had 2 Super Bowls. They went back to back.
What?
We got to slow him down.
Quite honestly, if it wasn't for the Giants and David Tyree, they could have went undefeated and took the Dolphins that 72 Dolphins record down going undefeated, bro.
You could say that, or you could say if it wasn't for Bill Belichick and the shitty defense that play allowing Eli Manning to go 70 yards when Brady just scored 14-10 on that nice Randy Moss pass, when he did all that to come back. So I say the Patriots lost that game instead of the Giants won that game.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one, but you got somebody that, 3 times, 15 Pro Bowl selections, and he don't go to the Pro Bowl, and I don't think any NFL player should go to the Pro Bowl because it's too much of an injury factor. You look at Robert Edwards years back. This was the last year Brady went to the Super Bowl. He goes to the Super Bowl. He's playing a pickup volleyball game. He's playing part of the competition. He's playing a volleyball game. He comes down, blows out his knee. Well, guess what? That's on you, buddy. The Pro Bowl, you're not getting paid to go there. Your insurance isn't even. So now you just.
That's why the Pro Bowl is more so a kickback type thing. You're not supposed to. I don't think players take the Pro Bowl as seriously as they did as, let's say, when Sean Taylor was out there cracking people.
Oh, my son's favorite player of all time.
It was a whole different world when you had those type of players there. It was actually they actually played to win because it was bonus money in it if you did win. Now
my son has the Sean Taylor jersey signed in the in his number spot.
Man, I be honest with you, in today's game, if Sean Taylor was alive, he wouldn't want to play.
Best safety ever, if he was alive. I think if he had his career, he would have went down as like Darrelle Revis status.
Yeah, but I also think he'd have stepped away from the game just like Barry Sanders because it wasn't conducive to what he wanted to do. He especially being in Washington where he wanted to win. That the way things went with all of those coaching changes and everything every other year, he wouldn't have sat through that. He'd have wanted to go somewhere else. So again, who knows how that would have played out? But the way stuff is going on now, it's going to be a bright future for a lot of things. I'm curious to see what the Steelers will do. I am not a Mason Rudolph fan. I would love to see Dwayne Haskins play in this system, or we're gonna go on the draft and get a quarterback. Either way, we need to fix the line. So
I don't
a lot
remember
of
the
stuff.
Steelers like being without like they had Cordell Stewart and then they make a couple moves.
We had some years without quarterbacks. You don't get me started with Tommy Maddox, Bubby Britt.
That's right. Tommy Maddox. Who's the other
Bubby
guy?
Britt.
Donahue.
Oh my gosh! Please don't get me started. Cordell was not actually our quarterback.
No, he wasn't. Slash.
We moved him from receiver to quarterback because Maddox was that bad.
And he was a running back, right, Cordell, or a
He was
fullback?
a wide receiver. He was a wide receiver and kick returner. Neil O'Donnell, jeez, Mo Christmas. Yeah, I can't go back to them bad quarterback years.
I couldn't believe Tannehill. I seen Tannehill's name the other day, and I said, I forgot Tannehill had a revived career over at Tennessee. Salute to Tennessee because they had a great season this year. They rebounded from last season. You know, Mike Vrabel, he's probably one of the few Patriot family tree coaches to really have a successful season.
Vrabel. I like Vrabel as a coach.
I don't even know Billy O'Donovan. Billy, the guy that went to the Texans, was he a success?
Nah, man, I wouldn't classify that. I think he earned his paycheck, but I wouldn't call him a success. I can't believe you said Teddy Bruschi on here.
Oh yeah, Teddy Bruschi, man. Yo, that was like one of my favorite all-time Patriot players. Probably because I met him a couple times, you know.
See, you tainted with that Patriot way, man. You tainted, man. You tainted.
I'm not tainted. I even got a tattoo. I have to show you one day, Wayne. I have to send you a picture of it. It has a couple of the trophies. I haven't filled it in a while, but I got Patriots tattoo.
Every time the Patriots won, you got a tattoo. You got a tattoo of the Super Bowl trophy, y'all.
What Super Bowl was it, babe? That I got that tattoo? It was like the second or the third tattoo. Hang on.
He about to pull out the buff bag. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a muscle flex TikTok, but
no, not at all.
He sure enough got a tattoo of the Patriots. Look at this guy.
Got the tower. Got the trophies.
Lord, you was serious.
What do you think? I was kidding?
Yeah, bro. No, I ain't think you was kidding. That's wow. You got 3 of them. You got 3 trophies, yo.
Yeah,
you the only Patriot fan I know, bro.
Here's the tower that they have in Gillette, and here's the stars going around it.
Wow,
that's right.
Wow. You the only Patriot fan I know, bro. That's special, man.
How am I the only Patriot fan you know?
Because I don't know no other Patriot fan.
Yeah, right. You come on. There's Patriot fans are everywhere, man. Maybe not as much anymore. They all went to Tampa Bay. Now they're all Bengal fans, though.
I'm in D.C., dog. Either they're a Cowboy fan or they're a Redskin fan, or tainted by the water and root for the Ravens.
How come my son says he's ashamed to be a Redskin fan now? What's going on over there?
Because you can't use that word no more.
Now, I guess there's something internal going on.
I believe February 2nd, they supposed to be unveiling their new mascot name. Somebody said they were supposed to.
He said there was an internal investigation. There was a bunch of racism going on. He was like, I'm ashamed to be, call myself a Redskin fan. He was like, because my son don't rock like that. I never raised my kids to rock like that. His girlfriend is African American, and he said they're being investigated for some racist stuff, and he said,
They've always been like that. They've always been like that. If you go back and check your history on the Redskins, they were one of the last teams in the NFL to have a black player play on their team. They actually went to court to keep him off the team.
Didn't he take him to the Super Bowl?
After he won the court case and got on the team, yeah.
Imagine that, man.
I believe his name was Brown. Larry Brown?
Yeah. Was it Larry Brown? Why I say not Carl Banks? Yeah, I'm not even sure.
The Redskins actually went to court to keep him off, keep the black player off the team. It's true talk.
Art Monk was one of my probably all-time favorite
Classy
Redskins.
dude. Classy dude.
Monk, Ernie Byers,
Classy dude.
Mark Riggins, Ripken.
Darryl Green's another one. Classy
Yep.
dude.
Darryl Green, Joe Gibbs. You know what a good time it was.
People involved with Five Guys.
That was like in the '90s. Yeah. See, I mean, I always been a Redskin guy. Always been a Patriot guy. If I have to say, you know, NFC and AFC teams, you know, I always loved the Washington Redskins. You know, I like what they did in the '90s. I remember them beating. I want to say it was the Raiders in one of the Super Bowls. You had like Dallas when Buffalo Bills was playing all them Super Bowls. I think the Redskins ended up playing them too.
Yeah,
one of them.
That's when Buffalo went 4 years in a row. They actually just put a documentary up. I believe if that ain't Netflix, it's Disney. One of the two. They just put a documentary up about the Buffalo Bills, and then 4 years they went to the Super Bowl for nothing.
I think with Brady coming back after 40 puts him ahead of Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan came back for a second part of his career as well, but he failed.
My cousin Marco sent me a picture, a JPEG today, placing Michael Jordan and his stats across from Tom Brady, and the question on the post was, do you consider these the two GOATs in sport? And me and him went back and forth about 2 hours because, quite honestly, I think while Michael Jordan is extremely popular, probably one of the most notable basketball players in the last 2 decades, in my mind, basketball-wise, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, if you statistically across the board, and quite honestly, got all those numbers without ever having to shoot a three-pointer.
Bill Russell, yeah. I mean, you know, my problem with Jordan is he wasn't a good man.
Well, I can't judge his character. I don't know him personally, but that's another name.
Don't, but
Bill Russell's another one. He played 13 years, 12 championships.
Bill Russell, that's the GOAT right there. Yeah, definitely.
Come on, man.
Definitely one of the great GOATs. But Jordan, I mean, what he played 6 years, he won all them championships. He played with some great players. His basketball skills, forget it. I've never seen anybody fly around the arena like we've seen Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Never said he wasn't special. That's no different than us sitting here when you start talking about great quarterbacks. You can't say Dan Marino wasn't special. Michael Vick in his prime. Come on, man. Are you serious?
Oh, Michael Vick. I think Michael Vick was an extraordinary quarterback. I think he did the notable. He went down. He stood up for his crime. He did his time. He came back broke. You know what I mean? Everybody and their mother was suing him.
He went to Philly, and we got him.
Yeah, I remember he went to Philly. They had the dream team. Philly thought, we got all these good players. The Redskins tried that too.
And
Deion Sanders, Dana Stubblefield.
He finished his career in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, okay. All right. You know, but yeah, salute to Michael Vick, man. He did, we were privileged. We were privileged to see a lot of good football.
When you say GOAT, you looking at the numbers, you looking at the overall play. I don't think anybody's going to match Brady for a long time, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to play with that type of durability as long as he did. I want to say Brett Favre played a long ass time, but he didn't have the successes. He didn't even come close to the success that Brady had in New England. I really like Aaron Rodgers, but he need to win like 4 more Super Bowls before he can be even put in that conversation.
And Aaron Rodgers always had a lot of good people around him. Like, you got to go through New England's rosters. Like, yeah, they had Randy Moss for a couple of years, Edelman, Gronk, but they never really had any star-powered wide receivers like a lot of these other teams. Too bad Aaron Hernandez couldn't get, because he would have been phenomenal. That would have been $100 million wide receiver. Brett Favre had a lot of interceptions. I think Brady, they said, had. Go ahead.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, what do you think about him doing what he's doing right now in Green Bay? Where he basically doesn't want to lead a team, but they drafted a quarterback last year to replace him. I think it was just Fields. They got Fields waiting. What's the irony in it when the fact that the same way they drafted Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre didn't want to leave. Remember?
Yeah, I
And
remember Brett Favre didn't want to
Favre
leave, and
he ended up going to Minnesota
yep,
for
that
Aaron
didn't
Rodgers
work
to play.
out, and he went to the Jets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
I
think
mean, it's very well.
you think
Aaron
that stayed
Rodgers.
cool?
I don't know. I think he recently said that he's committed to playing, playing in Green Bay, to restructuring his contract. But sometimes, like Tom Brady, I would have never thought he would have left New England. I don't care what you said till I'm blue in the face. I like Tom Brady cares what you think of him. I never seen him putting on another team's uniform before. Never thought he would. And just like Rodgers, I don't see him ever in another uniform outside the Packers uniform. But
I
Tom
would love
Brady,
to
I
have
mean,
Aaron Rodgers come to Pittsburgh, but I don't think they were gonna. I don't think they're gonna. I do believe they retired Terry Bradshaw's number 12. So if he
maybe
did come to
they'll,
Pittsburgh, he
yeah.
wouldn't wear that.
I mean, do you think they would make an exception for his short
No,
term contract? No,
no,
not at all.
no, no. We about history and legacy, and no.
What do
If
you
that's
think
the case,
about Josh McDaniels over there at the Raiders?
maybe the change of pace they need. Maybe the change of pace they need, and he's young, so he got an opportunity. Now, the funny part is Josh every couple years, Josh will leave y'all.
The last 6 picks taken.
Didn't learn one thing.
Sorry about that.
He'll go try his hand on the college level. I believe he was somewhere else too, and ended up coming back to New England. Him going to Oakland, him going to Vegas might be a good move.
I'll break it down. He goes to Denver. He goes to Denver for 2 years. He has a 5 or 6 win game. His first 5 games the first year, he wins. He beats the Patriots. His last game, he gets all happy, jumping up and down. The ship goes down in Denver. The next year, he wins 3 games. He gets fired. Then he goes to St. Louis. He's the offensive coordinator in St. Louis. Billy O'Brien's is going to the Texans. And what ends up happening is Josh McDaniels comes back that year, and he's a offensive coordinator, goes to the Super Bowl with the Patriots in Seattle. They win the Super Bowl, and then he stays. He was going to go be with the Colts. Tom Brady begs Kraft, works something out with him. Kraft works something out with him. I think the deal was Belichick was supposed to walk away by now. And McDaniels was supposed to take over the Patriots, even though that is illegal. But I think that was supposed to happen. And this year, when Belichick didn't retire, McDaniels and the Raiders job came available.
I do believe McDaniels went and was coaching the college team though at one point in that stretch too.
I know Patricia was McDaniel. Yeah, you know what? I think but this was a long time ago. No, this was pre NFL. McDaniels was over there in college, but he's basically been New England Patriots. Then he went to the Broncos. I'm pretty positive. I could be wrong, but I believe this was.
Did Josh McDaniels coach on the college level?
I found these results.
I'm right again, huh?
Wow. Yep. I could have swore I thought he was coaching like Ohio State or one of those Division I schools for a minute.
No, he went from Denver to St. Louis, the Rams. He was an offensive coordinator. Then when Billy O'Brien was going to the Texans, Josh McDaniels came back. They were co-offensive coordinators going into the Super Bowl. Billy O'Brien goes to the Texans. McDaniels takes over the offense. Right. And then he was going to go to the Colts. They had the deal signed. Their families packing up and everything, and Brady really put a deal together. That deal was signed. The airplane was ready. Josh McDaniels' family was ready to get on it. Call the realtor, tell him take the sign down. We're staying. Right. Brady talked to Daddy. Before I let you go, I'm going to leave you with this. Brady might come back and do a 10-day contract and retire as a Patriot.
You think so? I think it had to be a massive apology. You think they'd give him that $20 million he's supposed to get from the Bucs first?
I think the Bucs should honor give that to him. I mean, he only did what he always does, restructured his contract so you can give someone else that $20 million.
I'm talking about if he was to come back on a 10-day contract with New England just so he could retire as a Patriot, I definitely believe he's not going to do it for free.
Oh yeah, he won't. Yeah, why?
And it's a immense value for him because I'm pretty sure the Patriots don't want Tom Brady to go into the Hall of Fame as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback.
I mean, I don't see how he can. Like, he don't have the stats at Tampa Bay to go in there as a Hall of Fame.
Team he was with. It was the last team he was with when he retired physically.
I mean, other players have been known to do it just to send a little bit of shine, but I don't think he shits on his Patriot Nation like that.
You don't think that after the way he did the retirement speech and never brought him up? You don't think he cool with that?
I'm sure there was a lot on his mind, and Tom Brady really is not the people that are rating them. You know, I mean, people write him. He looks at him, okay, no problem. I mean,
he's the one that speaks it, so he had the power to always throw a sentence in there, bro.
Did he speak it? I thought it was just a text message.
Man, look, me and you.
I didn't see the video.
Me and you boys, and if 10 years down the line I'm going into the Hall of Fame and I don't bring up the fact that I was with Can I Keep It Real podcast, you'd be salty if I didn't bring you up. Same thing.
Damn, man, that's foul, man. I should be up there with Big Dog Wayne.
Exactly. No different than if it was you.
I like your green screen.
So imagine spending 20 years with somebody and you don't even bring them up.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll see you up there on the Hall of Fame, Wayne. Thank you, man. I'll talk to you later. We'll definitely have to do this next week. It's definitely getting late. My wife's over here. Wants me to chill, sit back, watch a movie. You know, do that nice husband.
Tell Mom, thank you for letting me get your time.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I tried to put all the Brady accolades down, but it would have been like an EBT receipt coming out of, you know, Price Right or Piggly Wiggly, man. I was like, yo, I can't write all this stuff down.
Right. Special shouts out to Dynamic Strength and Performance, a proud sponsor of Voice Sports. Find out more. Download the app at www.downloaddynamicsp.net. Get the app. Work out anywhere in the country. Find your inner apex predator. Dynamic Strength and Performance. Shouts out to my man Ferron Carter. It's been a blast, bro.
Yeah, always, man. Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate it. We'll definitely talk soon. People, check out Voice Sports. I'm going to put this link up on Voice Sports, so if anybody over there wants to watch it, you know, you can check that out. But definitely, yeah, that's right. And if you're in the Maryland area, you know, check out Voice Sports or just go on his channel. Oh, yeah, and shout out to the Rhode Island boys behind the pads.
I two-step and do my own dance. I ain't rocking shit else. I wear my own brand. Ball game everything. Ball game snapback. Ball game V-neck.
Right now, they're down in Vegas. Super Bowl weekend. They're going to be defending the NFL Flag League Championship. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the travel league teams around the country. Wayne, call your boy. Tell him to link up with me with his travel team. The Seattle. What's his?
Seahawks.
Yeah, tell him I got somebody that wants to schedule a couple games this season with him. So tell him to link up with me. This guy texted me a couple times already. But yeah, so shout out to my travel team down there in Vegas. They're gonna be at the Pro Bowl. A lot of NFL exposure down there. I think they just went to the University of Las Vegas this weekend, you know, on their college tour. So shout out to Behind the Pads, Nadeem Robinson, doing his thing. Wayne?
Let's go.
All right, man. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
All right, we out.
What y'all thought we was done? Or we ain't never done. It's Mr. Spin Your Block. Yeah, it's the remix. And I got some shooters with me. Yeah, and I got some shooters with me. I ain't even doing no more talking. We straight at 'em.